What's going on, everybody? Joe Daniels at Swing This Kettlebell and Strength. We're going to talk a little bit today about a beginning endurance workout. And what I like to do with this is to keep people fresh is basically a ladder, and this is a diminishing ladder in two ways. What happens is we have 10 exercises. You pick exercises that we're going to do with one kettlebell and body weight here. So this is an easy thing you can do anywhere if you have a kettlebell. 10 exercises, and you pick some stuff. At the higher rung, you're going to do exercises that are going to have the most volume that you can handle. So you're not probably going to want to put Turkish get-ups up here. So how we did this was 20 swings, 18 one-arm rows, there'll be 9 on each side, 16 body weight squats, 14 kettlebell snatches, 12 mountain climbers, 10 push-ups, 8 goblet held lunges, 6 clean and presses, 4 burpees, and 2 Turkish get-ups. When you get to the bottom of this ladder, you can either take a rest or continue on. You're going to erase the last exercise, and you're going to subtract those reps. So 2 reps come off. So the next ladder is going to look like this: 18 swings, 16 one-arm rows, 14 body weight squats, and so on till you get to the bottom. Now the last exercise is the burpee. You'll finish with the burpees, subtract 2 from there, and you'll end up with 16 swings and so on. All the way until you get to the very last part is going to be 2 swings. Okay, so this is a very good exercise. You could either time yourself to see how long it took with the same weight, but it's really interesting. You'll end up getting in different energy systems. There's a difference between doing 20 swings versus doing 8 swings and then moving on. So it's really interesting, a diminishing ladder. We're going to film this and show you the whole first rung. Helen's going to show you, so are you ready to go? Alright, so here we go. Helen has a 12 kilogram kettlebell. We're going to start with 20 swings. And this can be challenged. It depends on what weight you want to use. Depends if you're going for endurance or strength endurance. So this is the 20 swing rung. After this, we're going into 18 one-arm rows. So in this lap, she'll be doing 9 on each side. Notice how she's keeping her torso tight, spine braced, not rotating. Some people like to make this really, really hard and do 18 on each side, but that would take a very, very long time. These ladders are good because you can make them extremely challenging, or you can make them really, really quick. Like I said before, whatever exercise you put at the top. So the next one is 16 body weight squats. Same thing, bracing the torso, not letting the lower back round or arch excessively. Not doing a butt to the ground squat like most people think that's the only way. We're doing more optimal squats for the biomechanics of the person. So if Helen were to go all the way down, her lower back would start to round. So that was a good position for her. So now we're on 14 snatches. So we're going to do 7 on each side. Now these are more kettlebell sport snatches, the way we like to teach for endurance and less chances of injury. It's not an incredible hip thrust. It's very fluid. She's absorbing the weight on the way down. A lot of people think that the kettlebell snatch is the same as a kettlebell swing. It couldn't be farther from the truth. The kettlebell snatch, you're taking the weight upward instead of driving it away from the body. The next one is going to be 12 mountain climbers. So once again, she's going to lock her torso and try to keep the hips from bouncing up and down. How's she doing, Bruce? Good? The next one is going to be 10 push-ups. Going to really lock the torso. I like to engage the glutes as well to help with lower back. There's a lot of different ways we can modify those. You can go from the knees, you could do the slingshot. Now the next is the 8 goblet lunges. So you can make the harder, you can make this one by holding the bell out a little farther if you would like. Engages the shoulder a little bit more, biceps a little bit more, gives you a counterbalance for keeping your torso upright. After this is going to be the 6 clean and presses. So did you do 8 on each side?
Yeah.
Okay, so Helen's doing the 8 on each side. It's making it a little bit tougher, but that's fine. You can do either way. So 6 clean and presses. You can either do 3 on each side, or you can do 6 on each side. It's just going to depend on your level of endurance and form and experience. So this is Helen's doing a rack and a press from the rack. She's not driving from her legs. So as you probably know, kettlebells involve a lot of shoulder stability. The next one is 4 burpees. You can modify these to doing just up downs if you want to. Or no matter what you do, I like putting the feet together on the way back and then hopping up into a squat position. Just like that. I think it's safer, especially on the lower back. Then again, there's a lot of different ways you can modify these. They definitely get the heart rate up. Now, last thing is 2 Turkish get-ups. Now, this is why we wouldn't put Turkish get-ups at the very top. Imagine how long it would take to do 10 Turkish get-ups on each side, and then 8, and then 9 Turkish get-ups on each side, and then 8. Turkish get-ups is one of my favorite exercises for overall strength, coordination, proprioception, and balance. So you're getting endurance. Like a lot of people that do higher rep Turkish get-ups, it doesn't have to be focused on the shoulder. You can keep the weight, such as a sandbag or something. You can keep it. You can keep the sandbag on the shoulder. Nice job. And so that was the first one. So we're going to stop it here. But the next round would start with 18 swings, 16 one-arm rows, and so on and so forth until you finish. How'd that feel? Pretty good for, it gets your heart rate up, yeah. That should probably take you anywhere from 25 minutes or less, I would think. Helen would probably get that done a lot faster than that if she was working on conditioning. It just depends on what type of weight you would like to use. But anyway, so there's a good diminishing ladder workout with 1 kettlebell and body weight.